The CSI News team presents Distributing Our Work. With CSI News Director Jonathan White. Multimedia Book Analyst Sherry Walton. Digital Software Analyst Sydney Sitta. Internet Technology Expert Derek Zurakowski. Movie Preview Specialist Jessica Taylor. And Internet Distribution Analyst Philip Urey. Bright and colorful imagery on the hardbound pages of a book have dazzled the imagination of children for centuries. Now that the high-tech information age in which we live has taken the leap from ink and paper-bound works of art to computer graphic-driven ebooks, there are no limits to how far and wide the boundaries of our make-believe worlds can be stretched. Very young readers, teens, and adults alike have demonstrated an affinity for this new technology. Indeed, as we are showing you right now, works for a variety of ages are already being published. But even as this technology is only just now being adopted by the public, it has already begun to pave the way for yet another brand new, even higher tech breed of ebook publishing. Machinima, aka video books. Books that feature the same awe-inspiring readability you expect from regular books, but with audiovisual support and sound effects amidst the shimmering backgrounds and stunning views behind the words that scroll across their pages. Magazines, periodicals, novels, blogs. No matter the medium, all are potential candidates for the type of action-packed augmentation video that Machinima has to offer. And this is just the direction Sharon Walton of the Walton Group LLC is headed in. Currently a student of creative writing for entertainment at Full Sail University, Sharon plans to make a broad leap into the writing industry by creating a whole new trend for readers to follow. The industry is already headed in this direction, says Sharon, the visionary behind the group. I'm merely going to help it along the way, she adds. Machinima Books, the books of the future, engaging readers everywhere, and coming soon to a city near you. The future of our ideas, the spitball effect. Ever have an idea for a movie, video game, or story? I've had plenty in my time. But the process of going about making these ideas a reality is often very time-consuming and discouraging for the aspiring artist. Our society needs to create a software that handles the difficult and overly long tasks so that some of our best ideas can get out there more easily. And it's not just me noticing how hard movies are to make. As these two testimonies were flashing across your screen should tell you, even people who work in movies are frustrated by how many resources and how many complicated things you have to do in order to get a movie made. Further, we have to continue to cater to the developing young minds of our society who are going to shape the movies of tomorrow. And that means developing more advanced software they can use to create the movies of tomorrow. But we're not headed in the right direction. If the Atari were still popular today, it would be so much easier to come up with and create an Atari video game yourself. You could probably do it with the basic software on your computer. It's a different story today. Making any long work using computers is now a process you and others must struggle through for years, if not decades. Consider this. While James Cameron was working on Terminator 2: Judgment Day, which was released in the year 1991, he was already beginning work on Avatar, which was released nearly 19 years later in 2009. Since the late 1800s and the early 1900s, people have enjoyed going to the movie theaters. Over the years and up to the present day, people still love going to the theaters to watch movies. They'll keep going as long as new movies are being made and released. Some of these people are producers or other people that seek out talent, so why not let them see some? Of course, the producers can find acting talent in the previews that show, but what about other kinds of talent? What about the talent that is yet to get noticed? There are brilliant writers out there whose work never gets seen. Perhaps in between previews there could be a glimpse of an aspiring writer's work, like maybe the logline. If it would be too distracting putting them in between the previews, putting them before the previews is just as good. Instead of the trivia and commercials that show while everyone is settling in and eating their popcorn, that time could be used to promote somebody's writing. That way, aspiring writers can be put out there, and producers and others wouldn't have to wait for scripts to come to them. They could have a day off and still come across a really good script that they would like to produce, just by going to the movies. I think if work was distributed this way, it would be easier to find great scripts, more movies would be made, and a lot more aspiring writers would reach their dreams. Making a living off of producing entertainment for an internet audience is no longer the distant pipe dream it was less than a decade ago. Whether you want to create comedic sketches and advertisements, comics, or an irreverent blog about you and your childhood, there are people who have come before you and proven it possible. But what makes the distribution method attractive to the aspiring artist? As Jefferson Graham of USA Today stated, internet entertainers can survive off a number of fans that would warrant an immediate cancellation slip from network TV. Even better, since you don't need a publisher, the boundaries, as web cartoonist Zach Wiener stated, are wide open in terms of subject matter, censorship, and format. Now, obviously, the way in which artists distribute their work over the internet won't be the same 10 years from now. But how will it change, you might be wondering? Well, as internet entertainment and news have gotten more popular, a process called syndication has emerged. Syndication allows a user to utilize a program called a newsreader, like the one featured here, to get an automatic update whenever one of their favorite websites posts a new piece of content. When you consider how useful this is, and how many websites already feature syndication compatibility, it is no stretch of the imagination to believe that syndication will grow more popular as time goes on. When that happens, advertisers will want access to people's newsreaders, and that's where the new distribution method comes in. Much like how Google AdSense uses algorithms to display ads tailored to a website's specific clientele, advertisers of the future will have a system for determining a user's interest based on the websites they're subscribed to. Thus, in order to get their work out there, an artist will only have to design and pay for an ad that can be used to get the attention of the exact people that will be most interested in it. What effect will this have on the growth and development of web entertainment as an industry? In general, it will make fan bases smaller but more dedicated, as people are more easily able to find the work that appeals to their exact sensibilities. As a creator in this new age, you may have to sell more merchandise to stay afloat, but rest assured that your newer, more hardcore fans will buy it.